Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about support. Now, I have a question for all you lovely YouTubers out there, men and women alike. What would you do if you had this big dream that you wanted to accomplish, any dream in the world that you wanted to do, and you had one in supporting you and the other one being skeptical? I'm pretty sure we all have, maybe not all, probably 95% of us have that to deal with. Yeah, I'm including that 95. Unfortunately, it has to be that way. But anyway, the reason why I'm asking this is because lately I have been sitting here for months now. Back in December, when November, this whole crap, for stupid reasons, a little personal story. Okay, my family has a freaking problem with my boyfriend for some dumb reason, and they haven't even gave him a chance yet. Needless to say, they're trying to split us up. And not only has it affected me, it affected him too, because I got depressed and all that. And the kicker thing is, I'm 23 years old. Not 14, not 10, I'm 23. But anyway, moving past that. I've been sitting here working my head off, along with all the emotional stuff that I had to deal with. I've been trying to find a job. It's been freaking difficult. The reason why I'm trying to find a job is because I'm not in school right now. I haven't been in school in 2 years. I was very, very close to graduating from college. But due to my academic performance, I had to be dropped from the program, which hurt a lot because I was very, very close to graduating. And yeah, I made some mistakes and I wasn't all punctual with my studying habits and all that stuff. And I did overwhelm myself. But I'm not finna sit there and blame anybody else because it was my fault pretty much. But I did also have a mission in mind. I wanted to prove the people who didn't believe in me wrong, because they sat there and were so skeptical of me in the first place. I'm pretty much having to deal with that since I was in high school. Yeah, no one wants to deal with that all the time. I don't want to deal with that crap. And I sit there and try to do anything to make them feel like, I don't know, somewhat happy or whatever. They supported the rest of my siblings or whatever, but not necessarily me. And I don't know what the heck I done so bad to make me catch that strife anyway. I can't even answer that question, but anyway. So, I went through school, sitting there doing the best I could. I never made a 4.0 before, but that was my first time in college that I made a 4.0. Then my GPA started dropping as the classes got harder. The actual meat of my course, which was being an occupational therapy assistant, that was even, oh my god, that was a faith challenge in itself. Like I said, I made mistakes and I could have done better, but the thing is, I wanted to prove them wrong so bad because they didn't believe in me. And I was very close to graduating. Real close, like, I was a senior, and it felt good to be a senior in college. Like telling my mom, I'm a senior in college now, and I'm getting ready to graduate. I wanted to be the first one to have my associate's degree next to my high school diploma, knowing that I would make just much as more money as anybody else who just graduated from high school. I didn't want to be a part of that statistic. Not saying that I'll be better than anybody else, because I'll still have my humble heart, but still. I just always wanted to do better for myself. I always wanted to be established financially and not have to depend on anybody for anything. I wanted to be independent. But I know that God takes us through certain stuff just to teach us a lesson, or to just see our faith where it's at. And maybe I'm probably going through that again right now, and I wish He would stop testing me, but I know if I get stopped being tested, then something is seriously wrong. So, I don't know. I'd rather have the test than not have nothing in my life at all. So, but anyway, I don't know. When I didn't make graduation or anything. It was really difficult. And I was just sitting there fighting with myself. I was like, should I just go to the graduation because I know my friends are there? And then again, I couldn't even go anyway because I had something to do that night. And I know it was going to be emotionally a train wreck for me to go. And I still have my scrub uniform, my uniforms, and my books. So every day I look up in my closet, it's a memory. Like, I got memories everywhere. And not only memories I have in my head, but I also still, think of my classmates and all that. Like, dang. I don't know. It's kind of heartbreaking to know that I was the only one who didn't make it. But, like I said, obviously God has his reasons that I didn't get to graduate. And pretty much now, what is going on right now, I'm pretty much being blamed for this financial debt that we're in because of me wanting to go to this school. And like I said, I prayed before I even applied to that school. And they called me a few days later. And the first thing I asked God, I said, God, is that you? And so I studied for a test that I had to take. I hate math so much. So I studied my head off for this test all weekend long. And I scored higher than what what was expected of me. I was so happy to get into that school because I knew that I was going to do something. I knew that I was going to be somebody. And that's all I wanted to do, was to be somebody. And I still want to. And I know that my mother was proud of me at the time. It just kind of sucks because you only have half support. And it kind of is like, well, you feel like almost, why would I bother telling somebody who doesn't support me of anything that I decide to do? Why would I bother saying anything? Why would I bother informing them with what's going on with me if all they're going to do is doubt me anyway? That's how my logic is. I just feel like, why would I have to sit here and tell you what I'm doing in school or anything if you don't support me? I didn't ever hear, I'm glad you're in school now. Maybe like, one time? But still. I don't know. But, anyway. Like I said, I had to deal with that crap through high school. I had challenges in high school too. And they didn't think I was going to graduate. But when I graduated, they couldn't say anything hardly. They had this big, silly look on their face. And they was obviously proud. But, I don't know. I just kind of feel like I don't know for what reason. And it's like, when I started trying to get familiar with the field that I want to be in, not just when more problems happen. Like, I wanted to start volunteering at this hospital. I'm in here working my head off, studying a manual, trying to get an understanding of how stuff is ran. Trying to figure out if I can get recertified for CPR and all that stuff. And then turns out once I thought I had their support, they start whining and complaining over stupid stuff. I'm like, this is the field that I want to be in, and I'm not going to be in any other field just to make you happy. Not that they necessarily push that on me, but they felt like volunteering was stupid. And I'm like, volunteering isn't stupid. I used to think it was until I looked at it a whole different way. I can get work experience. I could get familiar with the medical industry. I could learn stuff from doctors and nurses and all that, just being there. I could use some benefits of the hospital. They provided free classes for volunteers. And I've been sitting here waiting for months for some lady to call me back. And she hasn't, so obviously it fell through. And I have no idea what the heck she decided not to call me for, but I don't know. I just left it alone. But I don't know. It feels like everything that I wanted to do, they had a problem with. Why do you want to go there? Why do you want to do this? Why? It's like, why not? You should be proud that I want to do something. I mean, I could be like any other girl in the streets right now, having kids, being in the house with babies, leaving them to raise them. But I'm not. I don't have any children at all. And I'm not with 1,000 guys a night or anything. I'm just in a faithful relationship that people just can't deal with, but they'll get over themselves. And it's just annoying, but I don't know. I try not to get discouraged every now and then. It's just really heartbreaking to deal with because I have to deal with living here and having to deal with that stupid stress. It's really frustrating. And I know I just cannot deal with that. So I just pretty much keep to myself and stuff really, I don't know. I just pretty much told myself that some people are just impossible to please no matter what. And I know I'm going to have to deal with impossible people either in the streets or anywhere that I'm comfortable at. I'm going to just have to deal with it. And I know I'm able to. But I just pray that I don't end up snapping and going crazy on people because I do keep a lot in, but jeez. I don't know. I don't know. And that's what I've been on about lately. Like, if you're not willing to support me, I'm not making you. I'm not putting a gun to your head and making you support me. If you choose not to, don't. By any means necessary. If you feel like I'm not going to be you feel like I'm a negative person, for whatever reason in your head, feel that way. I know there's people who's not going to understand me, and I'm totally comfortable with that. It may get on my nerves and it may frustrate me, but I know nobody's not going to understand me. The only person who I know who really understands me because they made me is God. 100%. He's going to understand how I am. And I've been changing. I've been growing. And I don't understand why people just can't see that. Like, if they were inside of my body, it had my mind frame from a year ago to now, they'll be like, what a big difference. What a big change. And I feel like I've changed so much. I still have growing to do now, but I'm not as much as I used to be. I don't think has lowered myself as I used to. I have a drive to motivate myself, and I mean, yeah, sometimes I do get a little slack in it, but it doesn't mean that I'm not trying, that I'm not willing to do anything. Because there's a lot of people out there who is not willing to do nothing and think stuff's going to be handed to them. And I don't know what people expect from me so much that they have to keep bothering me or saying I'm not going to pretty much, I don't know. It's just kind of sad to just see how they interact with other people that you know, siblings, brothers, cousins, anything. It's like you interact with them so well, but when it comes to me, you're like, I don't know. And so lately I have been kind of distant, and I don't want to start no crap. Because I don't have time for that. If I did, I don't know. I don't necessarily know how to deal with stuff like that, and I'm trying. I've been sitting here trying to do whatever I can. And I know I can't please everybody, and I'm not going to please everybody because everybody's not going to be pleased with whatever decision I make. And that's just how I am now. I mean, if I feel like I'm doing a good thing, if I feel like I know I can benefit from something, that's what my determination is. I'm determined to do anything that I put my mind to. I mean, if I don't work on them for a while, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. Yes, I got other stuff to deal with before I can totally focus on that. Anyway, this video has went 15 minutes. Oh well. But like I was saying, what would y'all do to sit there and deal with people like that? People who just are skeptical of you for whatever reason. Critical. Just, ugh. It makes you not want to be around them. I don't know. What do y'all do about that? The one-sided opinion or support. Do y'all just lean on that and go for it with that, or do you just, I don't know. That's all I wanted to pretty much say, basically. Sorry it took 15 minutes, but y'all live. Okay, thank you for watching my video.